Buckets. Hello and welcome into episode 72 of Two Man Game with Damon and Dom. I'm Damon, that's Dom, and you are the listener. It is Saturday, March 29th at the time of this recording. It's been a little over 2 weeks since our podcast with Jared. Hopefully you enjoyed that. First one with a guest, but we've been busy. We had traveling going on for some of us. I was on spring break. And so, it's been a minute, but the NBA season is wrapping up, and we're going to dive into who we think should win the awards today. But first, Dom, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Of course, of
Like
course.
Damon mentioned, I was just traveling. I went to New York City for the very first time, and I had a great time. The day I got there, I got to my friend's place in Queens. I took the subway to Times Square and immediately walked to Madison Square Garden, where I cried. It was awesome.
Wow.
And then a woman asked me for directions, and I was like, "Can't you see I'm having a moment here? I'm seeing a beautiful venue for the
Don't
first time."
interrupt me.
Yeah, don't interrupt me. I'm crying here. Come on.
I'm crying. Ah, ah.
No, yeah, that was awesome. I did not go to a game, though. It was a little bit too much. I was trying to save
Ooh.
money for other things, but I will definitely go one day. It was just a great experience to see. I didn't go to Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It was a little too far away, and there was also no game happening.
Mm,
Probably would have went to that because it would have been like $2 probably.
mm.
But I had a great time. I was super tired this week, but I slept a lot. I'm all caught up and ready to get back. I have not really been keeping up too much with hoops, just with the Lakers, so this was a good refresher for me. So, very excited to talk about hoops. How have you been?
Yeah, no, I've been pretty good, just pretty busy, I think. I was supposed to have some band stuff today, but I was just like, the week coming back from spring break drained me. I was just like a zombie when I woke up. I was like, I just can't do it. So sorry, Blue Commotion. Sorry, they're playing without me. They'll live. They're fine. They got a lot of talent there. Um, aside from that, first week back from spring break was a little chaotic. It was nice yesterday. It was kind of Friday's relaxing for me,
Hmm.
work wise. And then spring break itself, I didn't do much. I sat around a lot, played games, did some stuff like that. And then I did be pretty productive. I like washed, bedding and couch covers and a bunch of laundry, and I did some other stuff that I can't tell you yet because it'll be a surprise on this podcast next time. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say I'll
Okay.
have it done by next time. We'll see.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I'm
Can't
I'm in
wait.
the works on a little something that will very lightly affect the podcast.
Oh, you're making a little studio, perhaps. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited. Fun.
We'll see. Something I've been meaning to do for a long time. So yeah,
Yeah, well,
that's
I
that.
can't wait to see it. Thank you for the anticipation. I,
Yes.
I I love
Oh, now
that.
you got to come back for the next episode.
Yeah,
Ah,
no, I can't quit the podcast this episode. Oh man. Um, yeah, so that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you got some rest, and I'm sorry that this week was draining, but hey, you're getting some rest now, I hope, and whatnot. Yeah,
yes, sir.
very good. Shall we hop in that? Should we hop
Let's
in? Should we
let's let's
get
dive.
on it?
We got a lot of news before we actually get to the awards, so
Yeah, let's
let's
do it.
discuss.
So, legend Mike Bibby, Sacramento Kings legend, Miami Heat legend, Mike Bibby has
Memphis
agreed to a
Grizzlies. Don't
deal.
forget the Grizzlies. Don't.
No, Vancouver Grizzlies.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh wow! Oh, the student becomes the master. Wait,
uh,
never mind. Mike Bibby, the guy, agreed to a deal to be the next head coach of Sacramento State, which is a college, or university. I found out. So
yeah.
cool. Still in the NBA world, or sorry, still in the basketball world.
Mike Bibby looks like a freak. Like I don't like looking at him. He just looks strange.
Um, well, okay, since you said that, I will say something that's kind of funny. So in Lithuanian,
Okay.
it's just whenever Mike Bibby was really big when I would watch basketball early 2000s, right? He was on the
Okay.
Kings and then the Heat, when I was watching. And whenever they would say his name on the announcer, my parents would always make a look or a face, and it's because this is a little explicit. Um, Bibi in Lithuanian means penis.
Ah, I see.
So every time they're like Mike Bibby, they're like, what is happening on the on the screen right now?
What's going on?
I've always had a weird relationship with him because of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, next up we have.
Next, I want to shout out my man Russell Westbrook, passing up Kevin Garnett to now be a top 20 player of all time in NBA scoring. And I watched when it happened. I was watching, and he makes the shot or whatever, tough shot, and then the fans start clapping in the stadium. They kind of announce like he is now just passed up Kevin Garnett, blah blah blah. But he literally is just running back. And he's on defense, like he's guarding the guy with the ball, like immediately. He's not paying attention to anything, and I'm like, that's the Russell Westbrook I know and love right there, locked in.
I love that. No, that's great. I mean, he has been playing really well for the Nuggets, and congratulations to him because it's not easy. Uh, Top 20. So, what is Kevin Garnett 21 now?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Take that, Kevin
Oh,
Garnett.
take that, KG. The Grousbeck family sold the Celtics for $6.1 billion, the largest sports franchise sale in North American history. And to give a little bit of context, they bought the franchise back in 2002 for $360 million. So that's almost,
Yeah, don't
it's like
I,
12 times as much,
it's
about
like I
12
can't
times as
I
much.
can't tell you the percentages from that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Um
lot. It's a
I've
lot
read a little
more.
bit about who they sold it to, and then I said actually it's just a rich white guy, I don't care.
Okay,
But
cool.
um, you know, they
Was it
they cash out on top.
did they sell it to Glenn Taylor? Is that his name?
It wasn't Glenn Taylor. Not Glenn
So
Taylor.
from one franchise to another,
That would be hilarious.
searching for his billions.
Yeah, obviously this is not like you meet up with the briefcase, here's $6.1 billion. It's like a payment over time
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
like
thing.
you're like in a parking garage and you're like in your trench coats, like, all right, you got the goods. Like, yeah, all right, here's the Celtics. Thank you. Here's the
Here,
money. Cool.
here's the deed to
Here's
the
the deed
franchise.
to the people on the Celtics. Here you go. It's like, oh, cool. Thank you.
Cool. That's awesome.
Sick. It's like a little like 8 by 8 piece of paper. It's like, oh, it's like small. It's like, yeah, they're like from like the 1800s. It's super small. Oh, you know,
Um, yeah. So big, big for them.
big. Yeah.
Going out on top, making a lot of money in the process.
Yeah,
And
kind of
then,
selling when they're at the highest they could be. They just won a
right,
championship.
18 banners or whatever the little organization was called.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't, but
whatever.
we should one day like do an off-season one of the pod about like how many championships does every team actually have? Because I don't think the Lakers and Celtics actually have 18-17. Like it's you know what I mean? Like I
What
feel
does that
like
mean? I feel like you
no,
could
no,
just research it,
no, 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 no,
right?
no, 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 not like obviously they do, but it's like the Celtics and the Lakers got a whole bunch when there was like barely like
When
10
there was
teams
like
in the
six
league.
teams in the
Yeah,
NBA.
so I'm like
Yeah.
I don't count that. Like I really don't, but
Okay.
I'm curious to see where I would start counting it, like maybe the 80s or something, and then see
I mean, the
removing
Lakers
all
would
the
have the
others.
most then
That's I
by
swear
a
that's
lot.
not okay. Well, I wouldn't count the Minneapolis ones either, you know.
Because Bill
But
Russell won 11 of them things when there were like six teams in the NBA. So,
exactly that's what I'm saying. It's like I also don't think that matters that much, but okay. I don't know why I went on a tangent there. I'm so sorry, guys.
I
I guess
wish
I'm a little more unhinged than I thought right now.
I wish my team was one of the first six in the NBA so they could just have some poverty championships. That's, that's what
But
you're
I
saying.
now I only have two, right? Two?
Two, yeah.
Yeah. But they would count. In my eyes, they count.
They sure do.
They sure
And they were right
do.
before I was born. So, I'm ready for some more.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Moving on. The Grizzlies, out of nowhere, right before the playoffs started, announced that they fired Taylor Jenkins. So that's the head coach, by the way. Um, Statement from their general manager, Zach Kleiman. I'm genuinely appreciative of Taylor's contributions to this team and the city over the past 6 seasons. This was a difficult decision given the consistent and tangible development of our players and overall success under Taylor's leadership. I wish Taylor the very best going forward. So if that's the case, why did you fire him? I think the theory that I have that I talked to with Jared, and then we kind of also texted about it a little bit, is maybe it's something like with Ime Udoka, and he got let go from the Boston Celtics, some like off-court stuff, and that hasn't come to light yet. But that's really the only thing I can be like, for especially for the timing of it, right before the playoffs start. Grizzlies are having a fine season, all things considered. They're kind of bounced back from last season, um, and they've dealt with a handful of injuries as well. So it is strange. What do you think?
I don't understand it. Yeah, because they're right now they're fifth in the West, tied with the Lakers, who are fourth in the West, and right now they're playing. And this is a big game, and you don't have your head coach, you
Yeah,
know? I don't understand it unless it's something more of a personal. And I'm not saying it has to be a bad personal. Maybe I feel like they would have said he resigned if he wanted to leave the team,
yeah. They
or
they said they called him. From what I read, they called him to the office and fired him. So
so I just hope it's like obviously like nothing like conduct wise, like behind the scenes, why that is. Maybe, but it's hard to think not because every other time a coach has been fired, seemingly out of nowhere, sometimes a coach is let go and you kind of make sense. You're on a losing streak. Like even Mike Brown, like I didn't agree with it, but you know what? They weren't doing great.
right,
Like Ime Udoka's firing didn't make sense at the time, and then it came out, oh, because of inappropriate conduct, whatever.
and
Um,
that was even like in the off season,
Yeah, and
not
also that was like a relationship with someone there. It wasn't like,
another coworker. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't even like they were both willing participants. It wasn't like
right.
I'm not trying to make it like anyways. So hopefully whatever this is not like crazy bad or something. And hopefully it just wasn't a good fit. It's just easy as that, maybe. But it is strange because I know you made a note of this. But he is like the most winning coach in franchise history for the Grizzlies. So why
Yeah,
are you letting him go?
250, 214, which doesn't seem like it would be the most winning coach. I feel like
That's exactly what I was going to say. So,
I guess they may have had multiple coaches during their kind of Mike Conley, Marc Gasol,
Britton
Zach Randolph.
Grimes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
era, I guess maybe had multiple guys. Um, it's really the only thing I could think of, but they're a relatively newer franchise, only
Yeah.
like 30 years old, so I guess it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah. In the start in the 90s, I think 92 or something like that. Yeah.
Uh,
Anywho, wait, so who's the coach right now then?
yes, they named their assistant a name I cannot pronounce at all.
Oh, I didn't mean I did. Okay, I didn't see that. I wouldn't have like given you the layup if I knew it was to Amos Iselo.
Yeah, he's their interim head coach. Not a name I can pronounce, but he was the head coach of Paris basketball last year in 2024. They won the Euro Cup, and he won Coach of the Year too. So,
Oh, cool.
he's apparently pretty qualified. And from what I was reading, he's behind a lot of like the changes and stuff that they were already implementing this year. So I think the idea is that he might be one of those guys that kind of carries over the handle to next season.
Yeah.
Like that interim title will go away pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, hopefully also, this with whatever coaching adjustments they need to make, hopefully, they're on a pretty good tear right now. Hopefully they want to stay in the top six, so they don't have to slip into the play-in. Seems likely that they will, but definitely don't want any variables like losing your head coach getting in the way of that. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But at least they got someone who's qualified in the driver's seat. Let's talk about injuries, but let's talk about some good news injuries real quick.
Okay, there's not
Um,
that many.
yeah, everyone's favorite, Anthony Davis. Hey, he's
Oh,
back. Oh, he's back.
hey,
He returned for the Dallas Mavericks against the Brooklyn Nets on Monday, March 24th. Apparently, he pushed hard for a return to help get the Mavs into the playoffs. The Mavs are currently the 10th seed and one game above the Suns. Suns are kind of making that push to get into the play-in. Mavs are kind of floating along the bottom, and then right above them, I gotta check it again. I feel like the Kings are right there too.
the Kings are the 9 seed, tied with the Mavs right now.
Okay, that's what. Okay, and then Minnesota is pretty
Is
far ahead.
yeah,
Yeah, so it seems like that's gonna be.
that nine. Those 3 teams are basically vying for the last 2 spots.
Yeah, we'll see if the Blazers make a push. Probably doubtful. That's crazy. Oh man, this is just crazy. Sorry. We'll do our playoff stuff next time. Just makes me, I get so excited,
Ah!
matchups. Ah, it makes me want to scream. Um, but yeah, so it's good to see Anthony Davis back on the court. He played pretty well, limited minutes. He didn't play like super long. It's against the Nets. Didn't really need him for too much. So,
Right.
it's good to see him back on the court.
Yeah, for sure. And, amidst all the other players they have out, including Dante Exum, who's now out indefinitely after breaking a bone in his left hand. We've already talked about all these other players too, but I'll list them again real quick. Omax Prosper out for the season. Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, both of their centers, still out and may return, may not. We'll see. And then, of course, Kyrie tore his ACL. We talked about that last time, also out for the season. So just a lot of injuries over there in Dallas. Probably the second most injury wise injury plagued team in the NBA this year. And yeah, they're barely fighting for their lives to get in the play-in after being in the finals last year and
Yeah.
trading Luka. But
Wait, so the other you would say Pelicans? I say Sixers
I'd say
too,
the
probably
Pelicans
because
are like number one probably.
yeah, because they did. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then
Uh,
yeah.
Sixers
Uh,
are there too. Yeah,
but Gafford and Lively are going to be back before the playoffs, right? That's their timeline, pretty sure.
yeah, but if they get in the playoffs.
I mean, that's a very good point. Very good point. Another team that is kind of they're right now they're the seventh seed. Golden State Warriors kind of trying to maybe make a jump for the like top six or stay in the play-in. One of their rotation players, Gary Payton II, is out for an indefinite period after tearing a ligament in his left thumb. So Gary Payton, defensive specialist, we'll see. It seems like they're doing pretty well, even though he's out. So hopefully he gets well soon and is back on the court.
Yeah, and he's been injured all the time. I mean, he is just
Yeah,
always injured for them, so it is unfortunate.
yeah,
Um, Another guy that's injured a lot and now injured again for the rest of the season, Brandon Clark for the Grizzlies, as if things weren't weird enough over there. He's going to be out with a PCL sprain for the rest of the season. So, unfortunate for him because I feel like he has been plagued by injuries for a majority of his NBA career.
yeah. I remember watching the game when he came back after he was gone for like a year, and like the crowd was stood up and was like clapping for him and everything, and now he's injured again. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. Get well soon, Brandon Clark. Um,
Yes,
a little
sir.
pivot from the NBA to the WNBA. Juju Watkins is out for the season for the USC Trojans after tearing her right ACL. She's very young to be tearing her ACL. Hopefully, she comes back and is.
You said that like it was like mean. Like, how dare you tear your
Oh
ACL?
no, no, no! I meant like I no, no. I meant it like I hope she hasn't even made a name yet for herself in the WNBA. So
Right.
like want her to be as good as she is right now, coming back from the injury. But how dare she tear her ACL right now? No, yeah, I saw that, and I don't know. Women's March Madness, is USC up there? Are they good?
No clue.
I haven't been keeping up. Okay, yeah, we also don't have a March Madness update. Is there anything like crazy happening? I don't know if you've got.
There have been some crazy games in March Madness. I think there was maybe like the craziest game last night, which I wasn't really paying attention to, but I think there was like a buzzer beater, I want to say. Um,
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tangent. It just reminded me that
no, you're good.
I
You
just
are
don't
good.
watch March Madness at all.
Yeah, U of H won by 2 last night against Purdue, and then
Oh,
Michigan
nice.
State won by 3 against Ole Miss. So a couple of close games last night.
That's fine. I was talking to my roommate. My roommate is a, Tennessee fan because his
Mm.
parents went there,
Oh, they
and
smashed Kentucky.
yeah, he told me about. I was watching. I saw him watching that game, but he told me about Purdue and Houston. I said I put my money on Houston because we're from there.
Yep, as you
So
should.
that's pretty cool. Okay, that's cool to hear.
Texas Tech lost today against Florida. They had a fun overtime game against Arkansas that I actually did watch a fair amount of that. That was on
Oh, Texas
Thursday.
Tech.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
they were a 3 seed. I mean, they're a pretty high team coming into the
I
tournament.
saw. Yeah, I saw UT didn't even make it. So that's fun for me. No, I mean I don't really even care. That's the funny part. It's so funny.
Yeah, so the Elite Eight will started today with Florida beating Texas Tech. Duke plays Alabama in about 10 minutes. That game starts. That'll be a huge
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
Alabama is looking really good. Duke has, of course, Cooper Flag, probably going to be the
hmm
number one pick in this upcoming draft. And then tomorrow, U of H plays Tennessee, and Auburn plays Michigan
mm
State. So
A house divided here in LA.
go U of
I'm
H,
kidding.
baby.
Yeah, go Cougs. Go. Ow! They
Oh,
don't
okay,
make that
sure.
sound.
Um,
They don't make that sound. Cool.
rawr.
Can
um,
we can we do anything but cougar noises? Can we move forward past the cougar noises?
okay, we'll do it. I
Ow!
will I will move on to the team I said was probably the most injury riddled. Trey Murphy III out for the season for the Pelicans after tearing his right labrum, diving for a loose ball. I actually watched this happen. It was very early in
Oof.
the game. He like went on the ground to try to grab something, and somebody, I don't remember who it was, they like ran into his shoulder, and that's what caused his labrum tear. So unfortunate.
Uh, Very unfortunate. Also, yeah, great player for the Pelicans. Hopefully soon, rather than later. At least he doesn't. They don't have to worry about the playoffs.
I
At
hope
least,
you come
yeah,
back.
come back soon. Someone else who just all seasons had kind of
I love
injury
Trey Murphy.
issues. We left Trey Murphy the third here, and Herb Jones. Although Herb Jones changing his number to number two made me like him less
That
than
is
Trey
true.
Murphy. So it's
Actually,
Trey
I
Murphy.
can agree.
I was like, I like them both about the same, but then he went from five to two. I was like, now it's definitely Trey Murphy the third, who's my favorite.
I agree with that take.
Thank you. We are very similar, you and I. Moving on, Paul George of this Philadelphia 76ers
Mhm,
is
mhm.
out for the season after receiving injections in his left adductor muscle and knee.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Talked
Feel
about the
feel
adductor being in your groin
yeah,
last
feel
time.
better. Sick. Feel better soon, Paul George.
Yeah,
Um,
P Jesus, feel better
it's
soon.
yeah, it's kind of funny that he stopped his podcast and now he's out for the season. So I'm like,
Maybe the podcast will come back. Maybe I'll make
I never
a
even watched it,
resurgence.
but yeah, bring it back, bring it
Podcast
back.
B. Yeah, I never watched it myself, and I never will.
Yeah,
Um,
take that. We win.
Your favorite player, LaMelo Ball, out for the season for the Hornets as he underwent two minor procedures to address separate ankle and wrist issues. Apparently, having him now will allow him time to kind of recover fully for the offseason and do all the conditioning things he needs to do. And what I thought was interesting is he's the first player to average 25 points and 7 assists in a season ever for the Hornets. That's like a that's not like that's not crazy good. I just thought it was crazy that it's a stat that like he's the only player that's ever done it.
It's funny that it's a stat, and also it could be better or worse if he actually played a full season.
Yeah. Dom
So
is gonna walk, walk the high horse on Lamella. Always.
yeah, it's funny. I went and played basketball with a friend before my New York
I
trip.
don't know why I thought you were about to say with Lamelo.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
and then
actually we
I
just played
saw him.
basketball the other day.
We just hooped. Yeah, he hit three kids there. It was pretty with his car. No,
His go kart.
allegedly. No,
Oh,
with a different friend, and he was telling me like, oh, we were just talking about basketball players, and was talking about how much he shout out Walker, that's his name, shout out. Um,
Walker.
he said that he really loves LaMelo Ball's game, and I was
Mm,
like, I would love his game if he played an entire season. And there's
wow.
nothing to say after that, you know.
He said, I guess you're
Um,
right. You're right, you're right.
no, yeah. But anyways, I hope he gets better soon. I do want a full season of LaMelo. I cannot right now. I don't give me if I need a reason to like him. So he's not doing it for me. A
How
player that
dare
I
he?
do like, and you are also actually wearing on your shirt right now. Damian Lillard
I was wearing
is.
Paul George too, technically.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. I think about when I see that, I think Dame time. I don't think Paul George
You don't think
time.
Paul George being the one getting the shot over?
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
that was his moment of fame. That was his what?
No, I just said like I said something. You sat there in silence for like 5 seconds.
No, because you sat in silence for a second too. Right before when I was like, you're wearing a shirt, and then you're like, it like froze with you like picking your shirt up, and I
Oh, I
was
didn't
like,
realize I
is he
froze
gonna,
for you. I
is he
see.
gonna, is he gonna say anything? I was just
I
talking.
see. I see.
So, anyways, yeah, we love the internet. We're big internet fans here.
Big internet. We love the intranet.
We love Wi-Fi. Anywho, yeah, I didn't. I think of it as Damian Lillard's Dame time shot as opposed to Paul George's minute of shame.
Is
So
this the one where he looks at the camera too?
yeah, where he's like
So,
being crowded.
yeah,
It's so good.
such a good moment.
Anywho, so Damian Lillard is out for an indefinite period after it was revealed that he has a deep vein thrombosis, which is a blood clot in his right calf. He's currently on blood thinners to stabilize the blood clot. This is the third player I remember getting this within like a year or
Yes,
two. We had
yes.
Asar Thompson, we had Victor Wembanyama, and now we have
Yep.
Damian Lillard. I mean, what is happening?
Insanity, apparently.
Linsanity? No, I'm kidding.
Nope,
Sorry. Definitely not that.
not that. Not whatever you just said. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully he can recover at some point. This is obviously going to be pretty bad for the Bucks in the playoffs. I don't imagine he'll be back for them. So probably, and they've slid. They're down all the way to the sixth seed.
Yeah.
Um, so they'll likely face off with the Knicks in the first round if that is the case. So yeah, kind of unfortunate for their season, but we'll see how he looks next year.
Yeah. Hopefully, just get well soon. The blood clot's
Nothing to sneeze
nothing to
at.
take lightly. Yeah. Don't sneeze at it. Definitely don't do that.
Achoo.
Whoa,
Um,
whoa! I said don't
oh,
sneeze
I'm
at
sorry.
it.
Yeah,
Oh.
Drats. Let's talk
Oh.
about my team, baby. I'm excited
Let's
that we're
talk
talking about it
about.
first. I don't, every time I put the Google Doc together, I don't really know how I decide which one of us does this first, but I just really wanted to talk about the Rockets first today.
Well, it's
Big,
also worked out. Like it's because I just did the last
because
one now
it's
with the
my
Rockets.
turn. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Let me tell you about the Houston Rockets. We are 48 and 26, the second seed in the West. That's right, baby. Also, we can get eliminated by a play-in team. That's what I think is going to happen. Sadly, like if we get the Warriors or like the Timberwolves in the first round,
Because they have the
uh,
experience, you mean?
yeah, I'm worried about that. If we get the Clippers, I'll be all right.
Oh my God, yeah.
But any other team in that range, I'm a little scared of. Um, but we'll see. We had a 9-game win streak. I think when we potted last time, it was only 3 games, maybe. But now it's nine. It was 9 games, and in that 9-game win streak, we beat the Pelicans twice, who are very injured. The Magic twice, who have not looked good since their team has come back, with the exception of Jalen Suggs, who is still out. The Suns, who are a disaster. The Mavs, who are super injured. The Bulls, who have actually been playing like really well over the past like month or so. Josh Giddey, Kobe White, the exciting Whites. That's their nickname, by the way.
What? I don't like that. I do not like
I don't think it's
that.
I don't think it's like a I think it's like a Bulls Twitter thing, not
Yeah,
like an
no, it's
actual thing.
funny. Yeah.
Um, yeah, we beat them. We beat the 76ers, who like didn't have a single player.
But that was a really close game. I watched a lot of that. It went to overtime and the
Yeah,
Rockets were down most of it. Quentin Grimes was like at like a 45-point
yeah.
game or
Quentin
something.
Grimes has been lighting it up for them, making
Hooping.
that
But
trade
yeah,
for Caleb Martin look really bad for the Mavs.
yeah. That was a great win for the Rockets. I watched the end of that. It was great.
Yeah, and we beat the Heat, who look god awful right now too. So we just beat all of these bad teams basically, which is fine. Like
Dub's a
we
dub,
won.
yeah.
Yeah, we won them, and then we lost the Nuggets by 5. So not super surprising there. And then we turned around and are currently on a 2-game streak, if you can call it that, beating the Hawks and the Jazz. So we just played a lot of bad teams lately. But you know what? We'll take it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
We're kind of like locked into the 2 seed, maybe the 3 seed right now.
yeah, and I mean like like you already played a lot of the above 500 teams now. Like
Yeah,
I can't remember like the how hard difficult the schedule was, but it definitely wasn't too up there. So at least y'all can ride this like home court advantage, 2, 3 seed.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm super excited for the Rockets. It's gonna be great. You got to go to a game for sure.
A playoff game?
Yeah. No, no,
Yeah.
another game. Sorry.
I'll see.
One of the games before the playoffs.
I'll I'll call Brian. Say, Brian, we're gonna go together, right? Like you're gonna pay, right? Um,
Because I might be there because I'm gonna come back in May. So whenever I need to look at the playoffs. If I'm there, we definitely got to go.
for sure. I
But mhm.
100% agree.
Yeah, super excited for the Rockets though. Who's been playing really well for them?
Amon Thompson is back from his injury and he is looking
Nice.
good again. He's back in the starting lineup. Jabari's still coming off the bench, which I keep mentioning like every time we pod because it still hasn't really clicked that that's happening. But yeah, Jalen Green is kind of having, a similar end of the season that he did last year, where he kind of started scoring in bunches. Um, just kind of see if we can keep it consistent.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's like very exciting. Excited for the Rockets.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm not so excited for the Lakers. No,
Let's talk
Lakers are
about
fine.
let's talk about the Lakers.
Lakers are Lakers right now are the fourth seed, tied with the fifth seed, like I mentioned earlier, playing the Grizzlies right now. They are in the lead right now. I don't have an update. At the end of the first, they were up by like 11. So good start, but they have not been doing super great. So we lost LeBron for a couple weeks there. It's right when we started this road trip through the East. And the last five games, we've been 1-4. We lost against the Bucks, which was like a blowout.
Mm.
We
Hmm.
lost to the Bulls, which was a blowout, 146 to 115. I don't know what they were doing before. I think Modest Buzelis had like 34 point. He was going off.
Naturally.
Then we lost to the Magic, which was really surprising. That was the game that LeBron came back. And I attribute us trying to get back in the swing of things, but a loss is a loss, and it's not great feeling, especially when they were losing most of that game. They did beat the Pacers by a buzzer beater tip in by LeBron. I don't know if you saw that. With
I
point
didn't see this.
with point one. So Luca drove to the hoop. They were down by one. Luca drove to the hoop, did like a little teardrop. It bounced around and it was about to pop out. LeBron jumped up, barely tapped it, and right when he let go, like the buzzer went off and it just swooped right in. So we barely beat the Pacers. We had the lead for most of the fourth quarter and we should have won handily, but it got too close.
Yeah.
And another game that we had the lead handily and it got a little too
Uh,
close and we lost.
yes.
I'm sure everyone has seen this. The Josh Giddey buzzer beater against the Lakers from like half court. I mean, incredible shot. The
Over
Bulls
LeBron.
scored over LeBron. The Bulls scored 9 points in like 9 seconds or something. They
Yeah,
got a
it's like 12
three.
seconds left, and they were down by like five.
Yeah, they got a three. Then they got the inbound, and then the pass. And the Kobe White made another three. They're up by one. Lakers called a timeout. Lakers ran a play. Austin Reeves made a layup real quick. So we were up 118, 117 to 116.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bulls, no timeouts, 3.4 seconds left. Toss it in to I can't remember who, but then they give it to Josh Giddey and he just goes for it from half court and he sinks it. I mean, it's a swish. I mean, incredible win for the Bulls. Incredible loss for the Lakers. Because they had that game. They had that lead
Yeah.
for most of that game. It's tough. But that is what happens if you let the lead go. Hopefully, it's more of a lesson than anything, and don't let that happen again. But yeah, our schedule moving forward does not get easier. Playing the Grizzlies today, then the Rockets and the Warriors. Then we play the Pelicans, sick. Then we play the Thunder twice, and then the Mavericks again, and then we're playing really good teams forward. So right now we're four. We might dip to five. Hopefully, we don't go below the six. Um, but I mean, we'll see. But yeah, at least the good news is like Luka's looking good. And the biggest thing I would say since going to the Lakers is his turnovers. He's turning
Mm.
over the ball a lot. But
Do
since
you think
Luka's
he still looks slow? I feel like he looked kind of slow when he first got there.
yeah, but I think he's definitely playing a little bit faster now. He's just getting used to the teammates, and he's playing at Luka's pace, which is
Is like
he's
always
slow.
kind of
Yeah,
slow.
he's exactly. But it doesn't seem like he's like out of breath or anything. He's playing a lot of the game, and I also will say that Austin Reeves has been looking very good. He has had some turnover issues as well. The Lakers in general have had turnover issues. LeBron was
Mm.
turning over the ball a lot against the Magic, so we just got to take care of the basketball and go from there. I mean, we are at least locked in for the postseason, so once we if we can get home court advantage, so like at least get to the four seed somehow, that'd be great. But as long as we're not in the play-in, I'll be happy because we've been in the play-in way too much the last few years. So, but yeah, besides that, that's the Lakers. We'll see what happens moving forward, and we'll do an update next time as well. Lakers are up by 9 right now, halfway through the second quarter. So
against
the
the
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, who they're tied with. Right.
Yes, exactly. So it's very important for them to win if they want to um, stay above that way. They already been beat the Grizzlies 2 times this year, I think. So they should have that matchup.
A little tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
exactly. All right, but yeah, that's Lakers.
I'm hoping that, I guess, regardless of if you're 4 and 5 and the Rockets are 2 and 3, it wouldn't be a second round matchup because it's the 1 and 4, 5 and the 2 and 3. So,
Conference
uh,
finals.
I'll see you in the
Conference.
conference finals, I guess.
Dude, that
After
would
the
be
Lakers beat the Thunder and the Rockets beat the Nuggets, two things I
yeah.
don't think will happen.
Dude,
So
you have no faith. Dude, you have no faith. I got faith.
yeah,
I
that
don't
Homer
know.
faith.
No, we have Luca. We have Luca now. It's okay.
You have
We'll be fine.
Luca.
Yeah.
Whoa, he's good.
This guy's good. Wait, so you mentioned the exciting whites as like the kind of nickname that like the Bulls Twitter's been naming them. Have you
Yeah,
heard the Lakers kind of name for Luca, Austin Reeves, and Dalton Connect?
no, I haven't.
The Snow Time Lakers.
Oh, that's bad. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, like Showtime, you know?
I get it.
You know, like remember how
I,
Showtime?
I do get it.
I don't love it either. It's just a joke, man.
It's
It's not funny though. We gotta be funnier.
white NBA players.
Few and far in between. Okay, so
Anyways,
yeah, awards, shall we? Shall we
awards.
dive in?
Let's do it. Yeah. So
Want to ticky tacky around, or you want to ticky tacky front to back?
we could ticky tack here. I mean, you know me, I like going from kind of least important to most important. That's how I always do things, but I know you don't like doing it that way.
Well, I feel like we always do what I suggest, which is random. Let's do it. Let's do least important to most important this
But
time.
that's also up to interpretation.
Well,
So,
let's just do we'll do it the way because I use your template. So we'll go from Coach of the Year to MVP, and then we'll do all NBA teams starting with the rookie teams, defense,
okay.
then all NBA. Yeah.
Got it. Yes, I see.
Okay. Cool. Well, you
Um,
want to Coach of the Year?
Me,
Shall
I'm
we?
first.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll go third to first. I think
Yeah.
that's probably the best
Yeah.
way to do this.
That I definitely agree with.
So third for Coach of the Year, I have Mr. JB Bickerstaff of the
Mm,
Detroit Pistons, being the fifth seed, the big turnaround they've made. So interesting, being fired from the Cavs last year and now taking this Pistons team and being a part of their big turnaround, I think is definitely important. So that's why I have him on here because I think the Pistons, far typically Coach of the Year, it's expectation. Um, surpassing, you know. And I think people definitely expected the Pistons to be better this season. I mean, how could you be worse than last season? But
right.
turning them into a solidified playoff team, I don't think was on, anyone's radar. So I think he deserves some credit for that. So I have him at third. I have my homer pick, Ime Udoka, at second for the Rockets because we're the second seed in the West. I don't think people really expected that either. Especially we weren't even in the play-in last year, so we went from a lottery team to second seed in a very competitive Western Conference. So, coaching is a big part of that, the development of our players, because we didn't even make any major changes. We drafted Reed Shepard, for example, but it's not like he plays. It's really just a system that we run in the development of who we already had. So that's why I think Ime is second. And then first, person I think will actually win the award, Kenny Atkinson, the Cavs. I mean, the dominance they've just had all season for that team. And I don't think anyone really saw that coming. And again, it's pretty much the same thing. They just changed the coach. So they went from JB Bickerstaff to Kenny Atkinson, and they just turned into a team that looks like they're ready to take on the Celtics in the conference finals. So that's where I have my coach of the years. I don't have Mark Daigneault because the Thunder were the one seed last year, the one seed again. I feel like most people probably predicted that. So yeah, a lot of those other teams, I don't have their coach that high because I feel like that's what people probably thought. So those are my three.
That's great. Your top three because they're exactly my three. Except I did have Ime Udoka third.
Rockets
Then
hater, Rockets
then
hater.
then I hate if I was a Rockets hater, it'd be JJ Redick, JB Bickerstaff, then Kenny Atkinson. Um no, definitely Ime Udoka deserves some flowers for what he's doing with Houston. I just had JB Bickerstaff because it was such a huge difference,
Yeah,
the jump, I feel like. And then Kenny Atkinson, of course, I think that is the kind of like how last year was Mark Dagnall. I mean, that was to me like the runaway winner. So
right.
Kenny Atkinson this year. They've all been great though. Um, do want to shout out my boy JJ Redick though, because I have to. I have to, man.
I have
But he
to.
doesn't deserve Coach of the Year, not by a long shot. Let's talk about Clutch Player of the Year, shall we?
Let's do it. Who do you got?
So
Tell me your
I don't
top three.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of stats. I actually have zero stats. But I'm going off a lot of like what I've watched. I also did some research. I just didn't put any of the stats I found. I just kind of
Right.
put so third I have Darius Garland. His
Okay.
numbers in the clutch have been really good for the Cavaliers. Second I have Nikola Jokic. I
Hmm.
mean, he's just incredible all around. And when the game comes down to the wire, he's the guy you trust with the nut on the Nuggets. But first, I have Jalen Brunson because I've actually seen him work so tough through the clutch. I hope he's able to qualify for the award. I did look up some players who aren't able to qualify, so maybe I'll just say like right now, disclaimer, like Luka Doncic does not qualify for anything.
Hmm.
Paul George, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard. Who am I missing? I'm missing some other people.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, so if Joel Embiid, if we don't mention someone who you're like, aren't they really good? I promise you, it's because they just didn't qualify because they lost
Did you
too
say
much.
Wimby?
No, yeah, Victor, you go, big one right
Uh,
there.
John Morant.
De'Aaron Fox is not going to be qualified. Um,
John
so
Morant. I don't know if you
maybe
heard me
Damian
say it.
Lillard now. I don't know. I heard you, John Morant. Sorry,
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's
a
lot of
lot,
guys.
a lot of guys. So just
The old,
want to put that out
yeah,
there.
yeah. Saying the 65 game rule is important in case people don't know. Yeah, got to play
Yeah, so
65 games, at least 15 minutes a game or something like that.
yeah, I believe
Um,
it's 15 minutes, 65 games. So, and a lot of these are injury. It's not like they'd sat out because they didn't want to play. Like these are all people who were
right.
pretty seriously injured. So, yeah. So I think Jalen Brunson is my first. I am pretty sure he'll qualify. So,
I like it.
what are your top three? And tell me your stats. 'Cause-
Yeah, yeah. Just like you said for Coach of the Year, I have the same three for Clutch Player of the Year. So
Mm.
big, big, and I did the same exact thing. I flipped two and three
Are you
that
serious?
you did
Oh,
for
sick.
Coach of the Year. So yeah, I had Jokic third, and you kind of said this perfectly, but literally right after I had his name, I put who else do you want to have the ball? Like
Yeah.
in a clutch moment. But field goal percentage wise, shooting 55% from the field, 50% from three in the clutch. Nuggets are 17 and 12 in clutch games. Obviously, he's the guy kind of making all
Yeah.
their action happen. Garland, I did have at number two, and the reason I had him at number two is because his efficiencies in the clutch are absurd.
Yeah. What
Um,
is it?
they're he's 56, 56, 90 in
50,
the
40, 90 in
clutch.
the clutch is crazy. Wow.
And the Cavs are 22 and 8 in clutch games. So
That's good.
this mattered too. The amount of clutch moments people have. Like some people have really good clutch stats, but they played in like five clutch games. So it's like, oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
it's like, yeah.
Um, but I did have Brunson at number one as well. He has the most points in the league in the clutch by far. It's like 6 points per like clutch game,
Yeah. And
basically.
and also just so if you're listening, clutch is the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. So last 5 minutes of the game is
Yeah.
basically when clutch time starts. So yeah, when Damon's saying they average
If the
six
game
point,
is
yeah,
within 5 points.
I believe so. Yes,
Yeah.
within 5 points.
So last 5 minutes of the game within 5 points. Knicks are 16 and 8 in clutch moments. He has I think the second most player is 4.9. So he's a whole point above the next player in the clutch.
And
So
that's huge in the clutch.
yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
So same three, 6 for 6 so
Wow. Okay.
far.
Okay. Let's keep it
Okay,
going. Let's keep
let's.
cooking.
It's gonna get absolutely ruined by sixth man of the year because I
I don't
I was all over the
know.
place with this one.
I'm excited.
What
Shall
do
we
you
begin?
got? What do
Oh,
you
am I
got?
first? No, you're
Um,
first. You're
I'm
first.
first. Okay, I'll go first.
What do you
Yeah,
got? What do you
this was
got?
hard. This was hard. There's a lot of players that I think have like a say for this. Doesn't seem like anyone's really running away with it. Um, at third, I was having a hard time deciding, so I let my favoritism take over. Russell Westbrook, baby, third in my sixth man of the year. He's having a great season for the Nuggets. He has started a little bit as well, but it's just half of your games at least have to be off the bench. So as long as he's over that 50% off the bench mark, he will qualify. Then I have somebody I've mentioned on this podcast many times in the past. I called this out. I take all the credit. I have Ty Jerome at number two. For the Cavs, I know DeAndre Hunter has kind of taken over that role since being traded to that team from the Hawks, and he was coming off the bench for the Hawks and scoring a lot. But I think Ty Jerome is just a little better for like a sixth man, in my opinion. And then I think the guy that probably will win it and probably deserves to win it, and who I have at number one, is Peyton Pritchard. Celtics, he's balling out this year, playing a lot more than he had in years past, um, shooting a ton of threes. He has, I think, the second most threes on the team, and he is in top 10 in the league in threes made this year. And he's coming off the bench. So he is just a baller.
Well, I hate to say it, the dream is dead.
But yeah, I figured it would
We
be.
were so close. Okay, I love your picks, by the way. All great picks. So,
Yeah, yeah,
six man of the
yeah.
year for third, I have Russell Westbrook,
Okay.
who's averaging off the bench 13.2 points, 5 rebounds, and 6.2 assists.
Love to see it.
Second, I have someone you did not mention.
Mm.
I have Naz Reid.
Yeah.
He's averaging
He
14.6
won it
points,
last
6.
year.
He
Uh,
won it last year, but he's also just playing really well. So he like deserves it again. Oh yeah, I bet you're gonna pick Jokic for MVP. So yeah, I don't want to hear it. Okay.
you don't know
Um,
what I'm gonna
you
do.
don't know. You don't know anything. You can't handle the truth. 14 point. Who do you think you are? I am. So 14.6
So
points,
true.
rebounds 6.1, and then 2.3 assists. First, I have Ty Jerome. Because
Oh.
I watched quite a bit of Cavaliers basketball, and I really like what he does when he orchestrates off the bench. He reminds me of Russell Westbrook as six man. Like he is the point guard, comes off the bench, and he runs the offense. And he's done a great job with the Cavaliers. And you're right, you've talked to him about him very early in the season, and I never heard of him. So I'm watching him more intently now because of that, and he's been doing a great job. I did not put Peyton Pritchard because I don't like him as
Because
a
you hate the
player.
Celtics?
No, some Celtics will come up later. I just don't like Peyton Pritchard, so I didn't put him there.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
But that's definitely me. Peyton Pritchard is playing very, very well off the bench, and I'm sure he'll win. I just didn't. I just don't like him. I guess I'm being subjective a bit. So, whoopsies.
Hey, two for three is
Um,
not bad. That's a hard
hey, eight
category.
for nine, 8 for 9 right now.
Yeah, we're
Pretty
we're
good.
we're
Let's
doing
see.
great.
Let's see how much further we can go.
Okay.
So most improved player, that's what I got next.
Yes.
So I
Shout out the real winner who is going to miss too many games, Norman Powell. This would have
I
been his award for sure.
This is so funny because when we started six man of the year, I was going to shout him out, but I forgot to. And thank you for doing it for me. It is actually crazy that you did the shout out for me. But yeah, Norman Powell, I would have definitely had for six man of the year and probably most improved player. Absolutely.
So good.
He was playing lights out. The only player I really and Ivica Zubac I like on the Clippers.
Mhm.
Anywho, so he is unfortunately does not qualify. So we're gonna talk about some other players. So third most improved player I have Evan Mobley.
Oh, okay.
18.5 points, 9.3 rebounds, 3.1 assists. The reason why I don't have him higher is because he's already been playing very well.
Yeah.
But the Cavaliers now are just on that stage of being so dominant in the East, and he's a big part of that. His defense also, which I don't have numbers for, his offense has been great, almost averaging a double double. So he is very young, so he's only gonna get better. So congrats to him. Second, who I feel like always makes an appearance when we talk about most improved player is Kobe White for me.
Ah,
Always makes a little push toward the end of the year. He just kind of goes on a tear. averaging
I
20.4 points.
was gonna say he's averaging like 30 in the last month. He's
Yeah, no,
going crazy.
yeah, he's going off. So throughout the year, 20.4 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. He is just kind of doing everything for the Bulls and shooting very well from three. It was a big part of why they were able to win that game against the Lakers coming back from being down. Again, like I feel like he always comes up, and I want to give him. I don't think I had him last year, so I want to give him his dues this year at least.
Mhm.
But first, for most improved player, who I have is Cade Cunningham,
Okay.
because he is averaging 25.7 points, 6.1 rebounds, 9.2 assists. Incredible numbers for someone so young. Got his first All-Star nod this year as well. Um, what's so actually interesting too is that I watched the Pistons beat the Cavaliers yesterday without Cade Cunningham and Malik Beasley. So
Oh,
they were on the not Malik Beasley, sorry. Oh, Tobias Harris. They were both on the bench. So uh, it just goes to show Pistons are great, but Cade Cunningham, I mean, is a big part of that. He's flirting with the triple double averaging. I can't wait to see what else he does, and I think he deserves most improved player. That's my number one.
yeah, it's not a bad list at all. I do only have one of three. So this
Ah,
one where
I'll
we're
stop counting now.
yeah,
It
it's a
was
little
fun while
tougher.
it lasted.
It's a tougher list. Yeah, I wish I could have had Norman Powell on here. He would have been the winner for sure.
Yeah,
Honestly, I struggled with getting anyone on here past one and two. So for three, I had Josh Giddey, the Giddy man. After that
yeah,
season with the it's kind of a narrative most improved case because he had the season with the Thunder, the bad playoffs, got benched, got traded for Alex Caruso. We both came on the podcast like, oh my God, they only got Josh Giddey. They didn't get picks. They didn't get nothing. That's terrible. Alex Caruso has been okay for the Thunder this year. Josh Giddey, the last month or so, has been a rock star for the Bulls.
yeah.
He's been awesome. So
Doing a little bit of
um,
everything too, making his threes finally too,
yeah.
from half court no less. That.
So I had him on here, but I'm not married to that. I actually had Cade at second. Another big part of the Pistons turnaround, for sure. Being an all-star, all that. It's a weird most improved case. It's the most improved case that players like John Morant have won in the past that I don't love, where it's like an already very good player becomes like a
Mm,
great player. And it's like, oh yeah, the guy was a number one overall pick. This is kind of what we thought was going to happen. So it's like not my favorite most improved case, but he is healthier. That's also a part of it too.
yeah,
Um, but number one, who I think is the most improved case I like a little more, is the player that kind of seems like he's doing whatever at, and then he gets either like a start he gets promoted to a starter or he goes to a new place and kind of just becomes like a different player or like a more impactful player. And that's what I think this case is. It's Dyson Daniels over for the Hawks. um, he didn't really do much on the Pelicans for like the first 2 years of his career, but he's been so critical to the Hawks this year, with, of course, his defense, but also his offense. I mean, he has multiple 30-point games, like really come out of his shell this year. And that's the most improved player case that I like is those guys who's like, oh my God, he got a new opportunity and now he's finally doing stuff.
yeah,
Um, so that's who I have, but I think Cade will probably actually win the award.
yeah. I think a great. I mean, I love Dice. We love Dyson Daniels. Anyone who plays defense that hard obviously deserves some shout out for that. So I think the only reason why he kind of went under my radar for this is just because yeah, the Hawks are like seventh seed, eighth, like they're
Yeah.
like a lose. I think that's just why I wasn't. But just because you're most improved player doesn't mean you have to be the best player on the court. You're just the most improved from the year before. So yeah, no, that's a great pick. I like that one.
Thanks.
So I guess this train just keeps on rolling.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we're
Um,
rolling.
can we do Rookie of the Year first before Defensive Player of the Year? Because
Whoa, you're
I,
ticky-tacky.
I really don't care about these rookies at all.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I also don't really care.
This rookie class is bad.
It
Um,
would have been better if like five didn't get injured.
yeah, it would
I
have
feel
been
like
like
that would have
Jared McCain would have been Rookie of the Year, but
literally, yeah, it was like a
uh,
runaway Jared McCain. Yeah.
so
Okay, let's do it.
honestly, it's really easy for me. Like number one, who's winning it, but Three and two, I have the top two picks. Three, I have Alex Sarr. Two, I have Zachary Ricochet. They're both just playing a lot. They have the counting stats. Um, the efficiency is terrible. That's it. That's the whole case. I was going through the draft because I was like, is this really it? I was like, yeah, a lot of these rookies actually just aren't playing or are playing even worse. My rookie teams will be a reflection of this because they're not so good looking. But number one for a bullet for me, among the healthy rookies who've been impactful, definitely Stephon Castle, Spurs, who I wanted the Rockets to draft at three. Die on that hill. Reed Shepard obviously hasn't played a lot, so it's a hard comparison to make, but he's looked really, really good with the Spurs. So that's who I have winning it, and it's easy.
Yeah, I'm not that far off from you. Instead of Alex Sarr, though, I have Kel'el Ware. I
Okay.
just feel like he's had a bit more impact defensively as well. But I also, in all honesty, have not watched a lot of Wizards or Heat basketball.
Why would you?
Um, exactly. The Heat are interesting now to me because of like the trades and whatnot. But even
Mhm.
then, it's like, I have some other teams to watch,
Yeah.
you know.
Some teams that are not
So
those teams.
yeah, and just because I have the stats, I'll let so Kel'el Ware, I have he's averaging 9 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 1.1 blocks, which is pretty good. Um, Zachary Ricochet is averaging 12.2 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and then Stephon Castle should be the rookie of the year, 14.1 points, 3.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists. So like no and like we mentioned, no one from the rookie class has really been insanely like just blowing up
Yeah.
um the uh the narrative of anything. Nothing like Wimby and Chet and the last few years. So but there will be very good players. I really wanted to squeeze in Matas Buzalis in here, but he's getting a lot of playing time now after the trade
Yeah,
deadline,
he
but
didn't play a
before he
lot
got
to
like
start the season.
so, definitely does not deserve this shout out. But maybe he'll come up later. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, DPOY, fine, let's talk
Okay,
about it.
let's do it.
Defensive player of the year. Okay, so I don't have any stats, but I just go off of what I hear and what I feel. And
Okay.
also I think
This is what they
NBA
told me,
analysts,
so
yeah, NBA analysts call that the eye test, but I say it's how I look and how I feel and what I hear. So DPOI third I have because I feel like he's always talked about and he's an incredible defensive player. Is Lou Dort for the Oklahoma City Thunder, incredible guard. Also doing a lot better on offense the last few years as well. So happy that he kind of gets more of a stage now. But he's always been the guy. Now they have Alex Caruso too, but he's the guy you want on your best player,
yeah.
defending best player on the other team. Number two, I have Dyson Daniels. I mean, how could I not? The Great Barrier Thief. I mean, he has like three or four nicknames that came happen this year. So all about stealing the ball. So he's been averaging, I think, the most steals for a player
Ever.
definitely this year, or is it ever?
I think it's ever. It's
I
like
think
three
it's ever
steals a
too.
game. It's like
It's like
crazy.
3.6. It's
Yes.
like a point. There's a point in there, and like it's like that means he sometimes does like four or five. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So Dyson Daniels absolutely deserves it. The only reason why I don't have him one is because this other player has he's just bigger. Evan Mobley, I have number one. He's just taller, so has more blocks. You really have to scheme against him. And also, I mean, he's not like Victor Wembanyama scheming because he's not 7'4", but you do have to take into consideration that he is going to be around the paint. So I have Evan Mobley as number one, though they're all very good defenders.
Yeah. You don't have the current odds favorite, which is funny because I also don't have the current odds favorite in my top three.
Oh, I know who it is because I looked it up and I was like, no. So it's like, mm-mm-mm.
Draymond Green, not in the top three for me.
Yeah. Me either. Oh, take
Yeah,
that. That's how we win.
that's yeah. My top three, I actually only have one of the three players you named yet again,
Wow. Okay.
but it was hard. I was between several people. My number three, I got, yeah. First of all, Rest in peace, Wimby. He would have won this award.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure. Yeah.
for sure. He's averaging like
Yeah.
4 blocks a game before he got injured.
Like no big deal.
Um, but number three, I have Amon Thompson. Yes, sir. I had to do
Hey,
it.
hey,
I
I'm
had
cool.
to do
I'm
it.
cool with that. I'm
I
cool with
gave
that.
that crazy stat when he got injured for a little bit, where he's like the least field goal percentage defender in the league when he's guarding people or whatever. And it's just all hustle and rebound and running around, stealing, blocking. Love Amon Thompson. Had to throw him on here. Then number two, a name you were not expecting to hear, perhaps, but a name I had to throw out there when I dug into the stats. This is what I spent most of my stats time on. I
I'm
have
listening.
Zubac at number two. Let me give you the stats, okay? The Clippers tied for the second best defensive rating in the NBA, at 109.5. Okay, that's pretty good. They have the highest defensive rebound percentage in the NBA. Rebounds are an important part of defense, obviously.
Mhm.
And of course, that is going to lead to the next stat: second least second chance points per game in the NBA, and second least points allowed in the paint. So they are just really good under the rim. And who else is it aside from Zubac? I don't know. I don't know if I could tell you who their other centers are. So
Dude, it's Mason Plumlee.
right.
No, I'm kidding. It's actually Drew Eubanks. He's the other one.
This
The
is
guy.
why Zubac is on my thing. And
Yeah.
because I think like the Clippers being as good as they are record wise, I don't think I think Harden is getting a little too much credit. Like yes, he is the system or whatever, but man, his efficiencies are like really, really bad. Norman Powell, when he was healthy, was getting some credit as he deserved, but a lot of their team success has come through their defense, I think. And I think Zubac has been kind of underrated in that regard. Um,
And also just shout out since we're talking about it, Chris Dunn playing great
First
defense.
done, yeah,
Just wanted to say, yeah.
he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. But my number one, I actually do have Lou Dort at winning
What?
Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah,
Wow. What are
because
yeah, tell me.
the Thunder have the best defensive rating in the NBA, 106 points per
Mm,
game.
that'll do
They
it.
have the most steals in the NBA, 10.4. And you brought up this great point that I wanted to bring, something you're not really going to see with stats, probably more of an eye test thing, but he's always the guy that's going to guard your other team's best player. And we watched it last year in the playoffs guarding Luca, I think, in their series against the Mavs. They lost that series, but I think he did a really good job in that series, and he's just been doing it all year in the NBA. And especially when you think about defensive impact and you think about really good NBA teams, most teams' best player is a guard or wing, somebody that Ludor is going to be able to guard. Unless they're going against like the Nuggets with Jokic or a team like maybe like Giannis for the Bucks. There's not very many teams that have like a big man as like their best de facto ball handler player. Yeah,
And I do want to add that even though Ludor is like 6'5", 6'6", he can handle his own against taller,
yeah.
like as long as it's not like Giannis, because I
He's
mean you can't stop that. But
right.
like he can defend LeBron, KD like really well, even though he's like not as he's very quick, which helps out him a lot. And also he stays in front of them, so no one really gets around him, which is very commendable on defense and very tough. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I like your top three a lot.
The only
I,
reason I didn't have Dyson Daniels in my top three is just because the Hawks are not like a good defensive team overall.
for sure, yeah.
He just does
Um,
kind of his own little thing,
yeah, he
his
just
own
he
little
just
fun thing.
averages the most steals ever
Yeah.
average. Yeah, I did when I looked it up, I saw that Ivica Zubac was there on the odds, and I was like, don't want to look at. I don't have time to look it up. I'm not going to put him because I can't defend it. But I like what you said a lot about that.
Thank you.
Okay, MVP.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I don't think it's going to be any surprise who the top three are, but the order I think maybe a little surprising
Yeah.
for the listener, not for you. Uh,
Uh, it's me, right? Because you did DPOY first.
yeah, it's you.
Trying to rush, man. Damn, man.
Dude, I was trying to take MVP away from you, man.
Trying to take it away from me. So three was like a little in the air for me. I did end up going Giannis at the third spot. He's averaging like 30 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. I didn't even bother looking deeply into his stats because they didn't really matter that much because I knew he
Yeah.
wasn't going to be higher than three. But the Bucks have, like I mentioned earlier, with the Dame injury, slid down to the sixth seed, which I think is worth mentioning. Um, but individually speaking, he's been so good. At two, Dom was right. I have SGA. I have SGA at two.
I
Yeah,
told
sue me,
you
sue me.
you're being sued. You're gonna be sued.
33 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 33.6 assists, both career highs, by the way. 70 games played, 34 minutes a game. Percentages 52% on 22 shots a game. It's a lot of shots. 37% from three, shoots about six a game. 90% from the line. Um, and he shoots nine a game. So, I mean, and the Thunder are by far first in the West. Definitely a conversation for being MVP in my book. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because there's this man, Nikola Jokic, who is averaging a triple double, first of all. 29 points, 13 assists. I mean, sorry, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. All career highs, by the way, all three of those numbers. And this guy has won three MVPs, and those are all career high numbers. Um, he's played 64 games, so he just needs one more to qualify. 36 and a half minutes. He's very efficient, 57% from the field, 19 shots a game, 41% from three, 4.5 shots a game, 80% from the line. The Nuggets are third, right behind the Rockets, but you know,
80% from the free throw line.
yes.
Not that good. Could be
Okay.
better. I,
He's not a point guard that foul baits and gets to the line.
I
So
was
I
I was
guess
just
I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
that's fair.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have that working for him. I guess he has everything else working for him, but he doesn't have that.
Look, he's
That's
won three
so
MVPs and is doing career highs on all the top three stats. I don't know what you want from me.
okay. This is okay. Well, first off, thank you for your top three. I appreciate you.
Thank you, thank you,
Um,
as you should.
uh, I do. Um, and I say this every time. I'm just gonna say it again because last if Luca won last year like he should have, then I would be fine with Nikola Jokic getting it again this year. But the only reason why, so we have the same top three. I
Yeah,
just have SGA, I have Shea first and Jokic second. The
makes
only reason
sense.
why I have SGA higher is because of the higher seed, and I feel like
Yeah,
without the recency bias, I want to give it. Although they do have a better team too, I get it. Like your most valuable player should be like without this player, your team has no shot. And
yeah. The
without
Nuggets would be so
SGA,
bad.
yeah, the S without the Thunder without SGA would be fine. The
Yeah,
Nuggets without Jokic, the Bucks without Giannis, I mean like, that's something you don't want to think about.
right.
So that's the only reason why I guess I see an argument for Jokic. I guess.
I said I
Uh,
see an argument for Shea.
no, 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 I know. I'm happy with one of them two getting it. I would rather Shea, but
I think Shea. By the way, I think Shea will actually win it. I think they'll give it to Shea.
I just hate that because Jokic definitely deserves it this year, and I just wish Luka got it when he deserved it last year. That's it. Call me crazy.
Okay.
You're crazy. Okay.
Oh no, you're crazy. I'm crazy for you.
Oh, oh, let's talk about let's talk about awards, man.
All
That's more
right.
awards. We've been talking about
Okay.
awards this whole time.
Let's talk about
Um,
teams. That's what you meant, right?
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So all rookie team. I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Um,
There's some
again,
bad names on here.
yeah, it's not the best players ever. So
I
I could
was
take a minute.
scrounging for some names
I
this
was
rookie
too, and
class.
I was scrounging for names, and I also was just like who I remember watching in games playing really well. So some names might sound weird, but I just remember them playing really well. So I'll just get into it. Not a lot to say. And then the order, I guess, is the order of like who I think rookie of the year, and then kind of going
That's what
down.
it's supposed to be. I can tell you after my first three,
Yeah,
it's up in the air. It's just kind of some names after that. I would say
yeah.
my teams are pretty good. Like my first five and my second five, sure. The order of this, like the second five especially, I don't know.
Yeah. Also, it is positionless, just so everyone knows. So
Yes.
now all rookie team, all defensive team, and all NBA teams are positionless. So
Yes.
I had to double check that as well before starting. So all rookie team, all rookie second team. I
Okay.
guess I should go that way.
Yeah.
I have Jalen Wells for the
Mm,
Grizzlies, Ryan Dunn for the Suns. He's a very good defender.
mhm,
Zach Edey because he plays minutes.
mhm.
Eves Missy because everyone else was injured on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And Isaiah Collier, who actually has some pretty good numbers, but the
He
Jazz are
does. He does.
terrible. But he has some really good numbers, and I liked what I saw of him when I watched him. So it's my second team. First team, I have Stephon Castle, Zachary Risachet, Kalel Ware, Alex Sarr, and my boy Matas Buzalis.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
that's what I got. What about you?
I think I got 8 of 10. 8 of those 10 that he mentioned. Um. Yeah. I can't lie. Modest Buzelis not on any of my all rookie teams. He didn't play enough. He didn't play enough. I don't know anyone from me. Um. On the second team, though, I have Zach Edey, Yves Missy, Bub Carrington of the Wizards. I think deserves some love. Dalton Connect. I threw on here from the Lakers. He's played in 70 games this year. He's played a lot.
I should have. Why did I totally forget that? Anyways,
I,
continue.
I I was trying to decide between him and Isaiah Collier, and I was like, I don't want to put it. I don't like the Jazz. That was my deciding factor. And then I did have Ryan Dunn on my second team too, and his numbers don't look good, but he
Yeah,
plays some good defense.
yeah.
He's an impact defender for that not great team. And then my first team, Stephon Castle, Zachary Richardson, Alex Sarr, the three I mentioned for Rookie of the Year. And then Khalil Ware, I had at four. Jalen Wells, I had fifth.
There you go.
So
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I like our picks a lot. Um, yeah, Dalton Connect definitely deserves to be on here. I think he should at least get some kind of nod.
you thought you traded him, so he escaped your mind forever.
That's probably yeah, sure, that's what it was. No, I haven't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why he escaped my
You
mind.
hate Dalton
Anywho,
Connect.
I
You wish he wasn't
like.
on your team.
I wish I had Mark Williams.
I wish I
Kidding.
had Mark Williams.
Is a sentence I'll never say again. All right, all defensive team.
Let's do it. I will do my all defensive teams now. So my
Love that.
first three, I'm sorry, not my first. I'm gonna do second team. My bad.
Yeah.
My second team. This one, yeah, this one was a little tougher for me. I had Evan Mobley. Barely missed the first team. I'll get into who I had instead in a little bit. I did have Draymond on my second team because he is a good impact defender. The Warriors have been really good, especially since the Jimmy Butler trade, especially on defense. Rudy Gobert is here. People forget that he's an NBA player. He's still a great defender. The Wolves don't look as good this year because they traded Cat for Julius Randle, which was a terrible trade, and we knew it at the time. But yeah, Rudy Gobert is still a killer defender. How about this name? Tumani Kamara of the Portland
Oh,
Trailblazers.
I love that. I
He's
love
like a
that.
little mini Lou Dort, locking up guys out there. It's fun to see. The Blazers have been like a little too good lately. They're
Yeah.
like worsening their lottery odds, and he is a part of that. Tumani Kamara, also by the way, worth mentioning. In the trade, DeAndre Ayton and Tumani Kamara for Nurkic and whatever else they got. What a bad trade for the Suns.
Yeah, yeah.
A
Yeah,
horrible trade.
and now Nurkic is in the Hornets.
And
It's
now
just
Nurkic is already gone because he's so bad. And then I had J Dub creeping into my second team for the all defensive teams because his defensive metrics are also really good. And like I mentioned earlier, the Thunder have the best rating in the NBA. Um,
mhm.
and I was kind of between him and Shea, honestly. They both have like pretty good defensive numbers. But I thought they deserved another person because it is more of a team thing. It's not a one person thing. But there's a lot of guys that I think could kind of fill in that last slot. And then first team, first guys I had for Defensive Player of the Year, Lou Dort, Zubac, Armin Thompson. Dyson Daniels is on my first team, leading the league in steals, of course. And then Jaren Jackson Jr. is also on my all defensive first team. I think he's clearly been the best player in the Grizzlies this year. Former Defensive Player of the Year himself. Friend of the
Who
pod.
we met, friend of the pod.
Yeah. Signed my hat. And
Still
your
sitting in
hat.
my, yeah, still in my bathroom, hanging
Still in the
out.
bathroom as it should be.
Exactly. I stare at it every time I use the restroom. So I had quite a few of the same names, some other names. I didn't look at a lot of stats. This was just really me going off straight vibes, yo. This is
I
my
mean,
straight vibes.
that's fair.
So all defensive team, second team, I have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander,
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr., Ivica Zubac, OG Anunoby, and Peyton Watson.
Okay.
Because I was just thinking of players who I want defending my best player and on teams also who are contending. And I didn't look up defensive numbers, but I know Peyton Watson has been really good for the Nuggets, probably their best defensive player. And then OG has also just been lockdown defense. So I love Tumani Kamara. He just didn't come across my mind because they're at the bottom
Yeah.
of the
I
conference.
mean,
Yeah.
it's a guy I had to, I think the only reason I really thought about him was because I heard his name on another podcast, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's great. He's very fun to watch. First team I have Evan Mobley, Dyson Daniels, Lou Dort. I have Asar Thompson.
Doesn't meet the game qualifications.
Okay, then Amen Thompson, easy. And Draymond Green. That's my first team. So,
Not
yeah,
having a min at all,
I didn't think about him. I don't know why.
preposterous.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
now he's there.
Now I have to think about it.
Now he has to be.
Yeah,
Um,
let me change that. Okay, cool. So all NBA teams.
All NBA. It's time. It's
Let's see
time.
how
The
much.
top
I'm curious.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put a prediction in. How many of the 15 players do you think we'll have in common?
Okay. I think it's going to be 12.
I was going to say 12 or 13. I'll say 13 since you said 12.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Um, okay. Here we go. So, all NBA third. We'll do each team one by one. Three, two, one.
Okay.
And because I like that. That's more fun. More fun for us.
Yeah.
Uh, all NBA third team, I have Steph Curry,
Hmm.
Jaren Jackson Jr.,
Okay.
Cade Cunningham,
Okay.
Alperen Şengün,
Okay.
and Trae Young.
Oh, interesting.
Shit.
Uh,
Who do you
all right.
have?
We're we're already at 13. You already said two names I don't have. So,
Okay.
which I feel like third team is the place that you would
I
say
think that's
names that well, we don't have.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I was gonna
here's my
say, yeah.
third team. You started off great. In order, by the way, Steph, Jaren Jackson Jr. The first two names I have on my third
Nice,
team.
nice.
I have Mobley on my third team. I have Cade on my third team. That is another name. And then I also have Darius Garland on my third team. So I have a lot of Cavs here. Two Cavs here on the All NBA third team.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of repeats. I think that was my problem. I should have looked into that more. I was more trying to go spread the wealth,
Just
but
thinking, the Cavs are so good that I was okay with giving them three All NBA players.
I think it's deserved. I mean, it was tough because a lot of these players I think could make an argument for top 15 for sure. Um, although like Darius Garland definitely gets
And I
should
feel
get a
like,
shout out.
the Cavs being so good, their best player isn't like a Jokic or a Shea.
Yeah,
It's very team oriented.
it's very
So
spread. Yeah, absolutely. All NBA second team, I have
yeah.
LeBron James,
Okay.
Kevin Durant,
Okay.
Jalen Brunson,
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns,
Okay.
Anthony Edwards.
5 for 5, the same
Let's
exact All NBA second team.
go!
The
Same
same,
orders?
not the same order, the
Okay,
same
okay,
exact
okay, okay, okay.
players.
Okay, okay,
Um, the
okay,
order I didn't really think about that hard.
okay.
But my order that I had written was Ant, KD, LeBron, Brunson, Cat.
Let's
But
go.
5 for 5, baby. Let's
Let's
go.
go!
So that means our first team is probably the same and probably the same order.
I don't know. Did
Oh
you
no,
have
I had Jokic first, so it won't be the same order. But
it won't be the same order. I don't know, but I did have Mason Plumlee on there, so I don't know if you
okay.
had
I had Zeller. That's my
Ah,
bad.
yeah, Cody Zeller waved by like the Blazers. I can't even
Yeah.
remember. Okay, All NBA first team. I have SGA,
Check.
Jokic,
Yep.
Giannis Antetokounmpo,
Yep.
Jason Tatum.
Yep. I had him fourth as
All
well.
right, Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's
Same
go.
All NBA
Hey,
first and second team
13
is
out of
crazy.
15.
Yep.
That's sick. Okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
That's
Love that.
huge.
Happy for
We
us.
know ball.
We know ball. We
We
ball.
know, we know ball.
Yeah. All right. Sick.
I,
13
I,
out of 50. So you
that makes
won.
me feel so good. I don't know why. I'm exuding joy now.
I'm elated right now. I'm
I'm
absolutely
elated. What
elated.
a great word.
Yeah, there is some kind of joy you get when you're on the same page with also. So like I remember, was it last year, the year before we did this? Probably last year because we didn't have a pod the year before. But like our all-stars and our like awards were so different, especially the
Yeah.
teams. I felt terrible. Like someone close to me, I lost and I felt so bad. But no, this makes me feel good. It's such a good
Yes.
feeling. Yeah.
I feel
Fun.
yummy now.
Mm. I can take on anything. I can do anything. I can take on the world. Okay. Cool. All right, that's a pod.
That's the podcast. We oh, you know what? I don't have my ball with me. Don, you're gonna have to say some things while I grab my
Okay.
basketball, okay?
Yeah, I'll say some things, but I'll mention one more thing when you get back. But I'll talk about some other things real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. So just wanted to say thank you again, everyone who's been listening to this, and shout out Jared again for hopping on the podcast last episode. If you missed that and you're curious about the Detroit Pistons, highly recommend listening to that episode because we kind of do a deep dive on the Pistons. I just did a little recap on last episode. Like, go back and listen about the Pistons with Jared if you want.
What a
If
great
you have
episode.
time.
Have
Yeah.
you listened to it?
Yeah, of course.
It's really good. Our little
I just
trivia
wanted
lasted like a whole hour. I don't know how
I
that
know that was and also Jared did so well. Like I would not have done that well for sure.
happened.
I just want to do a quick little shout out. Last Sunday I found out that it's kind of sad. My great uncle passed away who
Oh no.
I stayed with
Sorry to hear that.
when it's all right, thank you. Who we stayed with, my dad and I, last August. And in true Lithuanian fashion, he was a big basketball fan. I remember me and him, all of us watched the 3-on-3 basketball that was
Hmm.
happening, and he it was, he was like 80, I think, and but he was so into it, t eyes glued to the TV, always rooting for basketball. So nice to have that through line with him, and just want to give a shout out to him. So
Shout out to great uncle Dom.
yeah, Dedepovulis, if you want to try
Okay, nope.
to say it. Yeah, there you go. No,
I
yeah,
do not
but
want to butcher his memory by destroying
you
his name
couldn't.
like that.
You couldn't. It's all good. But yeah, so it's just great to see basketball transcend language and everything, and this is the reason why I love the sport. So
Yeah.
thanks again for everyone being here and listening, and we'll definitely talk next time about playoffs. Is just around the
Oh, I
corner.
love
Very
playoffs. We
exciting.
love doing
Very
playoff
exciting.
predictions.
I love it because I'm always wrong.
Making
It's
the little
my
bracket.
favorite. Dude,
I remember
the
in
brackets are my shit.
2022, I thought for sure the Bucks and Suns were going to have a repeat NBA Finals. And it
Yeah,
was Warriors Celtics. And I was like,
it's
okay.
dude, it's hilarious how many times I'll do like standings in the beginning of the year and then a bracket, and I'm like, I guess it's going to end up like it was last year, and every year we're just so wrong, or
Yeah.
I'm so wrong. Sorry, I won't speak for you. I'm
No,
definitely
I mean,
always
it's tough. It's hard to be right about. I mean, with trades and injuries
yeah.
aside, it's hard
I mean,
to pick.
I yeah, we didn't. I didn't know I was going to get Luca at the trade deadline,
You didn't
basically.
predict
So
that in the start of your
yeah, I'm
season.
such so
Damn.
dumb, man. I'm so
How could
dumb.
you? Why are you
I
like
found
this?
I found a way. I found a way.
Fair.
Anywho, just want to give a shout out to my co-host again, Damon.
Hey, that's
Uh,
me.
love doing this with you. So,
It's a lot
um,
of fun. It's always
yeah,
fun.
we have good times. And thank you again for listening. If you made it this far, and we will catch you next time. Take the shot, Damon. Take the shot.
You're trying to
Just
end the
take.
pod before I took the
No, I wasn't.
shot.
I was ready. I promise. I promise. I knew you were gonna do it. Oh, here we go. He's pumping it. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's really the
It's
line.
it,
I can't get the
it's
line ever.
It's the fact that you are doing it behind your head is kind of crazy. And then did that
But
go in or
I'm
did it?
cash money when I look at it.
Dude.
Student staff basketball game this Friday, by the way. So
Oh, yo, you gotta break those ankles
I'm
out there,
so out of
dude.
shape. This I haven't practiced nearly as much as last year, and we got obliterated last year. So
Dude, I can't wait to play more basketball. It was very fun.
too.
Anywho, so I will catch you soon, and I will also catch all the listeners soon. Look right at the camera. Anywho, thanks for listening. This has been Two Man Game with Damon and Dom.
Buckets.